Good afternoon, everyone. This is Terry Koogler coming at you with a review about the Stihl HS82T hedge trimmer and some of my other tools that I use for trimming, pruning bushes, and so forth. So we'll start with the hedge trimmer. We may jump around as usual, but this particular model I've been using for probably 10 or 15 years. I've used some of the, of course, this started with the electric, which are kind of a pain in the butt. I can't even begin to tell you how many cords I've cut. And I'm sure things may have changed over the years. It's been 15, 20 years since I've used one of them, but this is my go-to. I think it's got 24-inch blade on it. You can get it in different lengths. I think a little bit shorter and a little bit longer. I just find the weight and the ease of use, and I'm very comfortable with the 2-foot one. So works really well, and I'll stand up here. Anything that you can kind of get in between them blades. So I would say up to around 1 inch or so big, it will usually cut or chew into like a chainsaw and cut through. So works quite well. Had minimum issues with them overall. So I believe this is a German, made in Germany, is what I was told. A lot of the products are made in USA, but there's certain models of their chainsaws and different products that are made in Germany. And I kind of like that, so I try to buy them when I can. So that's my go-to for hedge trimming. And then these other things, when I'm doing touching up something, I may go to the little hand hedge trimmers there and you know, kind of fine tune, or if I'm doing some intricate work or somebody wants something done by hand, because not everybody likes the tool, you know, the powered tools. So some people prefer the hand tool, and I come from a time where you did a lot of stuff by hand, pruning and pole pruners, where you pulled on the string and cut the limb. And my lops here, I got a couple different types of lops. Don't really have too much preference with them. I just buy something that looks appealing or something I haven't used and give it a try. And if it doesn't work, they're not that terribly expensive, $25, $35 you can usually get now on. But the hedge trimmer itself is fairly expensive. I think that was in the $550 or somewhere range, so fairly expensive. But I'm a landscaper, and I've been in the business for 40-some years, so 41 years actually. And yeah, have to have good quality tools, and that's the one of choice. So that's the model there, Stihl HS82T. So, and then this handle here flips sideways. You push these buttons. I don't think I can get it to, yeah, okay. I didn't think I could get it to do that, but that flips sideways, and so you can get different angles. So yeah, pretty nice hedge trimmer. I'd say of all the tools you see here that I use daily is these little handheld pruners. These are not my best ones. I got them out in the truck for work, but they're basically very similar. They're the ones I use are Swiss made, and they're very good. And these are little cheaper ones I bought over at Lowe's or Home Depot. But anyhow, that's probably my most used tool here. So very handy. I got a little leather pouch I carry on my hip, and carry them with me and use them for all kinds of stuff. Cutting roots, cutting string, pruning roses. So taking a small limb off of a tree or whatever I can do with it. They're used almost every job, every property I go on. That's one of the most used tools I have here. I would say the most used tool, the least used tool would probably be these handheld shears there. I don't use them much anymore, probably maybe 12 times a year. And the lops probably get used maybe 20, 30 times a year. I have a Stihl pole saw, which kind of replaces the lops in a lot of areas. So if I've got the pole saw out and can get in there and cut it, then that's my tool of preference for that. But I do use all these tools here. So the hedge trimmer, obviously when you're trimming a hedge or whatever it may be, burning a bush, boxwood, or just any hedge, that's the tool that I use 99% of the time, and it does a good job for me. So, but that's kind of how it stacks up here. Just wanted to share this little video, so I thought I'd come up with talk about each little thing that I've used. And so so let me know if you've got any special tools that you might like to use that's different, and why you might use them. And I've recently came across something. Some ladies come over and they stopped. I'll tell you a quick little story here, since we have some extra time. They said they were pulling some bushes, and they said if I could haul them away. And I thought, well, they're 2 or 3 ladies, and I thought, well, sure, I'll haul your bushes away. I thought they might have 2 or 3, 4 bushes or something. They must have had 20 or 30 that they had pulled out of the ground. And I was like, how did I'm just amazed, because I said I'm a big guy and been landscaping for many years, and I'm like, how did you ladies get all these bushes out of the ground? And they said, we've got this tripod, bush puller, and I'll show you the one I built after that. We'll switch topics here on you midstream as usual. So that's my take on the bush thing. So going over to that, so I built this bush puller. So I built it out of these 4x4s. Anyhow, you spread that out the top, it's bolted in the top. Right there's the bolts clear through, and that forms a tripod. Then you hang your chain hoist or your come along in the middle. And this is down here spread in a triangulated pyramid shape. And you put it over the bush, and then you hang your thing from the chain here in the middle and tie it around the bush and pull it out. So after seeing what they did, we'll go back over here to the tools over here. I built one of them, and I've not used it a great deal, but I did pull out about 8 or 9 bushes with it on a job here this spring. It worked wonderfully. So this is, I got a chain hoist, and then I have this little cheap, I guess you call it a come along, twisted around there, try to get it in there. So, but anyhow, that's my little additional story here, bonus footage for you on bush pulling. So that's what I use with that. I build it and hang a chain hoist, or I've got one of them as well, and it works quite wonderfully. So my point of my story is you can always learn something. There's even after 40, because I told the ladies, I said, I've never seen anything like that in my life. So I said, it's either I hand dug them or yanked them out with the truck or Bobcat or some other tractor or something, and which works well if you got room and you're doing a big job. But them type of things can also tear up your yard. So I was quite amazed, and you know, you can carry this up on a slope or in through a gate where you can't get a bobcat or something, or your truck up in the yard somewhere, up on a terrace or something, and you can, I'm just pointing at these tools here while I talk about this bush puller. So, and spread it apart and hook your chain hoist and wrap the chain around the bottom of the pool, and it pulls up. So my chain hoists are good, I think 1,500 and 3,000 or 4,000 pounds. So I think I'd break my lumber before I would, and I don't think there's any, maybe a tree could withstand that type of force, but a regular bush I think would be just several hundred pounds of force to pull it out. But anyhow, that works really well. And so once again, that's my 2 cents on the hedge trimming and tools of the trade, and my little review of the Stihl HS82T. It's a good hedge trimmer, so I would recommend it. I've had 3 or 4 of them over the last 15 years, and they may have changed the model once or twice on it, but that's the one I'm currently using. And so that's that. And thanks for watching, and I hope this has been helpful for you. So that's my review on the Stihl hedge trimmer and various tools that I use for bush trimming and pruning. Thanks for watching from Koogler Landscaping. Thank you.